you can do something good for another person, right? Or help them out, or just be in the right place at the right time. Or just little things like when I was learning how to drive, I remember somebody saying to me that it was good driving etiquette. I have no idea who that was. Now, I was thinking my dad, but it couldn't have been. He was gone by then. Anyways, that when traffic is trying to merge, if everybody lets one car out, everybody will get out in a nice flow. Do people do that? Not so much. But do you do it? Don't worry about what other people are doing. We know that, right? Just worry about what you are doing. But that's a way to give some love. Holding the door open for a stranger. Holding the door open for somebody that's not a stranger. Sometimes not a stranger is more trying, isn't it? So, anyways, give some love. You know, that's my favorite song right now. My favorite song changes from time to time, probably depending on my mood and what's going on in my life, because, yes, I'm a human just like everyone else. So we all have our days. But right now, yeah, Andy Grammer, Give Love, great tune. But I'm not going to give some love right now. I'm going to give some news right now, because there's some great stuff going on in the world. I love solution-based people. I really do. You know, and that's where it's at. We can dwell all day on what the problems are, but that's not going to accomplish anything except for maybe high blood pressure and an ulcer. So I will pass on the high blood pressure and the ulcer today. Thank you very much for the offer. And I will go with good news only. So, very cool. Let's see. What did I find? This is really cool. Now, you may like this personally if your boss would go for this, depending on where you live, of course. As a means of putting a dent in local air pollution, an advertising company is peddling an innovative deal towards its staff members. Advertising agency Make Stuff of Christchurch, New Zealand, has just started paying its employees $5 a day to bike to work. If the employee manages to keep up the biking routine for at least half of their annual work days, the company doubles the offer to $10 a day, all of which is payable at the end of the year in the form of a cash bonus. Wow. Since making the offer last week, all but one of the employees started participating in the scheme. Interesting they use the word scheme. Not a very positive word, just saying. The biking exchange is not just a more environmentally friendly way of getting to work either. The employees say that once they have their blood flowing from the bike ride, they are more energized during the workday. Plus, they don't have to shell out any money for a gym membership, or gas, or anything else. Make Collective's Tim Chesney told Stuff, "For a while I'd been thinking it would be great to incentivize cycling in some way. I'm a really keen cyclist, and cash is clearly the most obvious incentive. My gut instinct is that it could be something really good for the workplace. I know for myself, I show up feeling a lot more energized. My blood is already flowing." The other part of that is, the article is over now, by the way, is that healthy employees are happier employees. Healthier employees, exercise is good health. No matter what, no matter whether you do it in a large way or a small way, it's still going to make you healthier. And healthier employees take less sick days. Their brain is more in the game because they don't have the fuzzy head so much, or foggy head, whatever. So it's win-win-win for the employee and for the employer. You know, and we know if Fear Factor didn't teach us anything else, it taught us that people will do just about anything for money. Isn't that the truth? So my stomach could never really handle that show. Next up, another great one. Now this one, I have to say, the conspiracy theory part of Michelle says, we'll see. But this is an awesome thing, absolutely fantastic. Scientists have created an entirely new way to generate electricity, anytime, anywhere. The device, known as the thermal resonator, can harness energy from temperature fluctuations happening all around us. Scientists from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, say that 5 times fast, are working on accessing this untapped energy source, which can function regardless of rain or shine, according to the new study's senior author Michael Strano. The unusual source of energy is drawn from the natural ebbs and flows of temperatures. The most obvious fluctuations, Strano said, are the changes between day and night. Large changes such as those generate the most power, but even minute temperature differences all around us can generate electricity. We're actually surrounded by temperature fluctuations, Strano said. Sometimes the temperature changes slowly, like outside, it changes over a 24-hour cycle. But even around the human body, if you were to carry a thermometer in your pocket, you would find it fluctuating every few seconds. These temperature changes are constant and surround us everywhere we go, Strano explained. We sit in a giant temperature bath, and when that bath fluctuates, you basically can generate electrical power, he said. The thermal resonator, which appears like a black box, can use those constant temperature changes to generate electricity through a special material created at MIT. The material is made from metal foam coated in graphene and combined with a wax called octadecane, as detailed in the researchers' study published mid-February in Nature Communications. The thermal resonator is filled with this material, which can both absorb and store heat. After months of testing on the roof of an MIT building, researchers discovered that enough electricity could be generated to power LED lights, small computers, and even batteries. Because the device works regardless of whether it is sunny or not, it has an advantage over solar power too. Clouds, wind, or even sand, which often covers up solar panels in the middle of the deserts, wouldn't affect its ability to harness power from the ever-changing temperatures. The device could even be retrofitted beneath a solar panel, bolstering the energy potential. This way, excess heat with energy potential isn't wasted. It could be used in a variety of ways too. Since the material incorporated into the box isn't delicate or made from fragile parts, it could be buried underground or incorporated into building structures. The device could go as far as other moons or planets, powering up landers and rovers with just enough power to keep moving, but lasting long enough for space missions. It's a new field, Strano noted, but as more scientists continue to work on this way of generating power, more electricity could eventually be generated. Strano and his team have been researching this power source for around 1 year, and they are already thinking of starting a company to eventually commercialize the thermal resonator. This way of generating power is more than just an invention, said Strano. It's a new mechanism for generating electrical power. So, that is absolutely awesome, and I hope they move forward with it. And you know, before I started the article, I don't mean, it's not that I'm being negative. I think this is absolutely wonderful, but I'm just going to go out on a limb and say, you know, and I know that there's powers that be that might not be supportive of different sources of energy. I'm trying to say this politically correctly. And so if it's not in their best greedy interest to have what we will call free energy, then maybe we won't see that come to light anytime soon. Although we know there's lots of sources of energy all around that are different than the current sources that are polluting our planet, but for whatever reason, these have not come to light. Much like cures for diseases that we know that there are, that for whatever reason are not approved. So I'm just gonna leave that right there and move forward. So there you go. And my car works perfectly fine. I'm gonna make sure I get home today. So there you go. So welcome to Canada. Here in Canada, we are so absolutely awesome. I love my country. Lots of other great countries in the world, don't get me wrong, but this is really super cool. Canadian residents are becoming more and more excited over the construction of a new village in British Columbia. This isn't just any village, however. It's a place specifically designed for seniors suffering from dementia. The community, which will simply be called The Village, will host, which village people will live in. I couldn't not say that. Okay, I'll back up. The community, which will simply be called The Village, will host a few dozen cottages and shared living spaces for up to 72 dementia patients. Construction workers started building the village in Langley earlier this week. Elroy Jesperson, who is the Vice President of Special Projects at Verve Senior Living and the mastermind behind the village, told CTV News that he wanted dementia patients to feel the same amount of independence as their able-bodied counterparts. The village will give them a controlled space in which to live their lives, free of the stressful feelings of always running into a locked door. He told CTV, "We believe that it's really important for people to be connected to nature and life and the outdoors. The initiative draws inspiration from Hodgeweg, a similarly designed community in the Netherlands that was declared the world's first village for dementia patients. The compound features everything from supermarkets and stores to restaurants and gardens. While the village currently is being developed through private funding and will be completed by spring of next year, its organizers hope that the government will eventually assist with some of the residents' costs." That is so awesome. You know, doing what we can to help them have better quality of life while they're going through that tough time, and for the family as well. So, very cool. So, you know, it's something that you want to keep posted, and keep an eye on how that goes, and maybe different homes across Canada and around the world, for that matter, will start getting involved in doing stuff like that more, because it is what it is, right? We're surrounded by people with Alzheimer's and dementia, regardless of how it came to be, because I don't remember that in my past before. But it is what it is, and we need to deal with it and keep their quality of life. I can't even imagine. So blessed that has not crossed my path at this point. So, one last article I want to share with you, and it is an article, not a news article, it's an article. Is that an article squared? I don't know. Anyways, it's called, this is right up my alley, How to Get Drunk Off Happiness. Whoop, whoop. So, it is by Ananya Singh, Ananya Singh. And so I'd like to share this with you. According to Henry Davis Thoreau, happiness is like a butterfly. The more you chase it, the more it will elude you. But if you turn your attention to other things, it will come and sit softly on your shoulder. A large number of psychologists dare to differ. According to them, if you chase the pretty butterfly named happiness enough, you might just get it to come and hop on your shoulder. Here are 8 simple, and some of them essential, steps to happiness. Number 1, stop dwelling. The past is precious because you can learn from your mistakes and learn from others' mistakes. The pain is just training. It doesn't define you. Think about what went wrong and stop dwelling on it. Decide how you will make sure that next time it won't happen again. Choose to remember the good times. Choose to forget the pain and the tears. Only then can the heartaches heal. Number 2, stop buying possessions. Start buying experiences. Absolutely. Instead of buying that extravagant piece of diamond, why not go on a trip to a place that has always intrigued you? No doubt buying things makes us feel better immediately, but at the end of the day, it's the experiences that count. They enrich our lives and make memories that remain for years. If I can just interject here and remind you that the second biggest shopping holiday is right around the corner. And I don't know how this came to be, but it is Easter. So keep that in mind. I see people buy their kids presents for Easter anymore. Oh, just like it's Christmas. And I can't wrap my head around it. I can't wrap my head around shopping and spending all your disposable income based on what the government and the calendar tells you. Unless you're a religious person. Hey, rock on. But even still, if you're a religious person, I don't think that ties in with consumerism either. So, I know, side note, I see a squirrel and I'm distracted. But just note to self, right? You know, it's memories. Make memories. Have a bigger dinner. Eat, drink, and be merry. I'm all for that. Okay, number 3, pay compliments. Remember we were talking about giving love? Start paying compliments. If you like someone's hairdo and their shoes, or their smile, go ahead and tell them. Tell them you find them beautiful with a smile. And the moment you do that, you will feel better about yourself. The idea behind this is when you know you can make someone feel better about themselves, you automatically feel good about yourself too. Studies show this work. And you need to do it without expecting anything back. right? Do you ever notice you go through that period where somebody compliments you and you automatically, it's a big retailing trick actually. Somebody compliments you and you automatically feel like you have to compliment them back. And the compliment originally is legit and the one back is fake because you made it up. It doesn't mean that you didn't really like that shirt, but you feel like you need to give a compliment back, which you shouldn't, because you like my shirt, you like my shirt. I think that's awesome you like my shirt. So I should be comfortable enough with accepting that compliment that I don't feel like I have to turn around and tell you now that I like your hair, because I didn't think I liked your hair until you liked my shirt. See what I'm saying? So as far as the retailing trick goes, just saying, you walk into a store, they give you free samples, you take the free samples, and automatically you feel like you need to buy something to thank them. Just saying. If you're a retailer, hey, retailing 101. Anyways, pay compliments to people. Legit compliments, though. Number 4, stop blaming. Foster forgiveness. When you blame others for a mistake they did, you, yourself, carry half the burden of their faults on your shoulders. If the loss is too great, forgiveness will take time. Know that holding on to grudges will only increase your pain. Number 5, start a gratitude journal. Maintain a gratitude diary. Write down all the things you're grateful for. You saw a baby and she smiled at you at the coffee shop, made you feel good. Write it down in your diary. Doing this exercise can calm despair and promote happiness. Number 6, do what you like. Live your dreams. This is a very simple and easy thing to do, but we rarely do it. Do you like reading? Sit all day at home and read those books you love. The dishes are not going to go away. It's okay. Do you like dancing, but due to something or the other, you never got a chance to take your dancing on to another level? I say do it right now. Go get yourself enrolled in a dance school and dance your part. Dance at parties for fun. I was going to say dance your panties off. Oh my gosh. Do that too, whatever. Go and try your luck in a reality show. Do it. Curbing your desires for the sake of fitting in the society or under any other pressures is no good. Do what you really want to. Regret is a terrible thing. Do it while you can. Number 7, learn something new. Think of a subject, a country, or a flower that you wish you knew more about, and spend 20 minutes on the internet reading about it. Or, if you prefer, you know the internet is more than radio and Facebook and YouTube, right? Or, if you prefer, go to a bookstore and buy a book on the subject. Pick a subject that's really close to your heart, not something that you think you should know or need to learn about. Very interesting. So what just interests you? And then the last one, smile. Indeed, the simplest step to happiness. Even if you don't feel like it, fake it. Research shows that even a fake smile induces hormones that make you feel better instantly. Learn to take these simple little conscious steps towards happiness, and it will do wonders to your life. So if you can apply any of those to your life, they will definitely make you feel good. Make you feel better. Help lift you up, right? And that's what it's all about. Help lifting you up, making you feel a little bit better. And once you're in that good flow where you're feeling good and you're putting out that positive energy, good things will come your way, my friend. They totally will. So let's get back to a couple more tunes before we go back to the stream here. And I believe Chuck is going to be on for his country show at 1 o'clock. So there you go. That's your good news for today. I hope you feel uplifted, inspired, motivated, and you feel like there's solutions on the horizon. You know, there's so many things in the world that we cannot control. And it is what it is, but there's things that we can control. Our food, our medicine, our thoughts, where we put our money. So let's embrace that and make better lives for ourselves. You know, we